All right, we're online.
Okay. Meeting room will come to order. We are now holding the January board meeting for the Lookingglass Rural Fire District. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you would all stand.
I got two hats on.
Okay, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next we'll take roll call. Candace is not here. Jerry Harris?
Here.
Bill Starnes?
Here.
Alan Smith?
Here.
Chief Rhodes?
Here.
And I am also present. Next, any board members, are there any additions to the agenda? Jerry?
Yes, I'd like 3 items added to new business. The May election, scheduling the annual review of the chief's term of service, which is required by the bylaws, and budget committee appointments.
Okay. All right, those will be added to new business. Any other additions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to the minutes. So has everyone had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
any amendments or changes?
No, I make a motion.
Okay.
to approve.
Okay, so Bill moves to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jerry. So Jerry Harris seconds it. Candace is absent. Jerry Harris.
Aye.
Bill Starnes.
Aye.
Alan Smith.
Aye.
And I vote the affirmative. Motion passes 4 in favor, 1 abstention. Okay, financial report. Bill?
Yeah, he deposited $28,000 for the tax levy coming in. We wrote $18,361.52. We also wrote an extra check tonight for, how much was that?
$144.
$144. That leaves us a balance of, well, not counting the 144, a balance of $6,295.83. We earned $9 in our money market in interest. As of the 19th of this month, we had $210,970.97 in our money market account. I will be transferring probably tomorrow or the next day to bring us back up to $15,000 in our checking account. I'd like to have a motion to pay the bills.
Okay, is there a motion to pay the bills?
Move to pay the bills.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Alan. Okay, Candace is absent. Jerry Harris.
Ask for discussion.
Oh,
Yes. I have a question.
okay,
Discussion, all right.
discussion. Yes, go ahead, Alan.
I'd like to know what the plumber's plumbing bill was for.
That was a gas line installation on our emergency generator that had never been billed. I got the bill just the other day. It was contracted outside of Allen Savings. That was not on the contract. I'll discuss a little bit more. We had $8,200 and $8,272.77. That was for our share of the FEMA grant, the 10% match, and we had $77.93, which was our annual property and liability insurance. So that's why we're spending so much money this month. That was our major annual expenses, basically.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, I had a question. Did Patricia Nelson get a check this month?
we just cut it tonight. Bill has signed it, so Bill signed all the checks, and they'll be here at the station if anybody else wants to sign them.
Okay.
Wow, good job, Alan. Patricia, what do you think? Can you see her back there?
Thank you, Alan.
Okay, any other questions or discussions on the motion? Any other questions or discussion? Okay, we'll call the roll. So Candace is absent. Jerry Harris.
Aye.
Bill Starnes.
Yes.
Alan Smith.
Yes.
And I vote in the affirmative. Motion passes 4 in favor with 1 absent. Okay, we will now move on to our communication report. Jerry.
All right, the report was posted on the website, so I would just like to point out one item. You're not showing it on the screen? Okay. That's okay. For the website updates, item number 4, I just wanted to remind everybody that the website does show the department's temporary policy to satisfy the OSHA temporary order for public emergency services. And Chief, as far as I know, that was the latest temporary policy.
Yeah, I sent you one update for a month, so maybe we've just got into January now, huh? Is that right?
I posted the one I believe you had sent me in early December, early or
Okay,
mid-December.
I can send you an update, but I think the second time I did it, I put, before we had put that it would be for the next 2 weeks, because that's when we first went to extreme. And then I think I put something
It was
more inclusive or something. Like until further notice.
Yeah, or I had said something about or longer or something
Okay.
like that.
So I can
I
update
believe
that.
that's the one I can post.
Okay, I'll update that for you though again.
Well, if you have a chance and just want to see what's on the internet
Okay.
and see if that's satisfactory, or if there's something more recent that should be posted.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thanks.
Okay, is that the conclusion of your report?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right, at this time, we have no one in our online public attendance. Ann or Trish, would you, either of you care to make any comments on the agenda?
I wouldn't mind adding that if Candace should ever have to have something else going on a meeting night, I could be more than
Okay.
happy to fill in as scribe when she's gone.
Okay, terrific. We'll take you up on that in the future. Okay, Ann, any public comment?
Under item Jackson about the main elections, but since Jerry's added it to the agenda, I'll just wait till we get to that.
Okay,
Okay?
all right. Okay, next, Chief's report.
Can you guys hear me all right? Right? Okay. So just some highlights. December 2020, we had 28 total calls. That was the second highest month of ever that we've had calls, and 30 was in November. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it's getting really busy around here. We had a total of 190 incidents for the year, which was the second highest total ever. A few years back, when we had the arsonist working here, we were at 192. Let's see, we've been meeting at the Grange for training because of the square footage over there. We're doing a lot of online and EMS training. I have 3 firefighters right now. They're enrolled in an emergency medical responder. So they're going to be gone to us for the next 3 months on Tuesdays and Thursdays nights at 10 Mile. Patricia's one of them. Let's see. We're submitting some more FEMA grants. I'm getting into a joint grant with District 2 and that for radios for next year. And also we're putting in for the fire engine again. So I'm working on that. Submitted the reimbursement for the September fires. It should be about $11,000 for the district. And let's see, we have been, I had a question earlier tonight. We have been offered vaccines for the firefighters. 4 of our firefighters have taken that offer out of 18, and that's just the way it's going around the nation. A lot of people don't want to take it, and however, we're being offered it, and they're being very accommodating for us to get it if we want it. Let's see, we've had several incidents involving COVID-19. We've only had one person in our department that came up with COVID-19 positive. She was not around here very often, and it's certainly not during the quarantine period. We've had some immediate family, wives, children and stuff in families have it, but some of our firefighters have not had it. Most of them have gotten vaccinated or tested either through here or else through the places where they work. Not most of them, I'm going to say about a third of them. We got about 85% of our tax revenue for the year. And let's see, I got some May election forms and dates too to discuss during that period. There was one last thing here. The VFA deadline got extended. We've had a little rash of equipment issues this month with our first up engine. We're about halfway through repairing it. However, it is back in service right now. And the good part about the delay in the VFA deadline was that half of that repair work could be reimbursed through the state. So I'm going to work on that. And I talked with the lady from the state, and she's okay with that. Let's see, anything else? I got a little issue with some of my firefighters about, because of COVID this year and stuff, we've lost some attendance and they're not keeping up on their training hours. And whether we have COVID or not, we've given them the opportunity to do online training and everything else. And so we had an officer meeting earlier in the month. Four officers got together, and until people come up, we're obligated by the DPSST to have 60 hours of training per year to maintain your firefighter 1 certification. You got to have 4 hours a year of driver's training to maintain your driver operator certification, and some people aren't doing that. So how we're going to deal with that is they're going to be pulled off the alarm system. They're going to have their combinations pulled out of the lock on the station until they come up to training. We're getting kind of tired of following adults around and telling them. And if they want to come, they can come, and if they don't, they don't. It might affect our numbers on paper, but we just have to do it. We can't hang ourselves out with people that aren't getting any training. So I just want to let everybody know that. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Any old business? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to new business. So first item that was added, May elections. So Jerry, as you were the person to add, you want to go ahead and start off with May elections?
All right. I just want to make it clear that there are 4 out of our 5 board positions that are going to be on the May ballot. So if anybody in the community or any of the current board members want to submit their application for a board position, I think Steve will be saying what the time period, I think it's February to March for doing that. And I also request that each board member state whether or not they intend to submit their name for the ballot. And I would begin by saying I will not be submitting my name.
Okay.
And I don't know who's running.
So Bill is the only one who's expires in 2023, so you don't have to run, you're here. And you gotta stay, because you're the treasurer.
I don't have.
You can retire anytime. So Jerry's spot was a 2021. Robert Nobriega's spot that President Holbeck occupies was a 2021. So he was appointed to it, so he has to run this election if he wants to stay. Alan's spot was a 2021, our vice president. And then the 5th spot that Candace took was it's a 2023 spot, position 5. However, since Candace was appointed mid-term, she'd have to also be on the ballot if she wants to. So there's a form from the county that you fill out that's saying that you want to apply for that spot. It's either $10 or you have to have 15. You have to have a list with 15 citizens that are approving or recommending that you're going to run. And March, let me see here, February 8th, oh, excuse me, I'm gonna take that back. Last day for county, last day to file for county. March, jeepers, where is it? I had this figured out before. Okay, you can file between February 6th and March 18th to get on the May election, which will be when this is all done. So I've got a copy of the form here. If anybody wants to, you can also file online. And I guess that's all I have to say. I know that Jerry, we're kind of going to be looking around the district for somebody who's tech savvy, I guess, because he runs our website and a lot of other stuff that's really important. So I'm hoping that our other folks want to finish out their terms, or maybe come again. I hope we haven't been too hard on them.
No, they're not finishing out the terms, they gotta ask for.
Alan's would be a new term. Candace and the president here would be,
New term.
yeah, they'd be a new term actually, you're right. They
Okay.
finished out a partial term.
And then Ann, you'd said earlier during public comment that you wanted to make a comment on this?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to find out, is whose terms are up and, who's gonna rerun. I have a couple people who might be interested, and so I'm just kind of information gathering
Oh, good, my ears are up.
about elections, so.
So the first
So you
three,
kind of answered my question. If you're gonna go around and ask who's gonna, apply again, I guess that'd be helpful too.
At this point, I'm gonna need to do some searching. I potentially have some, I have some potential for some increased responsibilities through the school district, so I'm gonna need to take a little time and think about it. And, it's, when I agreed to step in, I was just in a teacher's position, and, now I'm an administrator. That's kind of changed my timeline, and so I'm just going to need to do some soul searching, because bottom line is, I saw a need in the community. I wanted to step in and help fill the gap, but I also don't want to overburden myself and do a poor job when I'm getting pulled in too many different directions. So I'm going to have to do some soul searching. If there are other people in the community that have the time and want to step up, I would graciously step aside and then help out with budget committees, and be here as a resource person if needed. So that's kind of where I'm at. Between the school and the home farm, there are some increased demands that I hadn't anticipated a year ago.
And the Grange.
And the Grange, yes, the Grange.
all right.
How about Alan?
Alan, what are you
Alan.
saying over there? He talked to me the other day. I don't think I heard what he said.
Stepped in myself. I fulfilled my term, so I've got things at home I'd like to take care of. And if somebody else would like this position, they're welcome to it.
Well, if Ann has some names, and I'll find some others, and I got the forms, and we'll approach them and try to get going on that. Yes. What about Candace? Anybody know about her?
We don't know about Candace.
I'll call her and ask her. As part of that, the elections office sent me a district update form, because there's so many forms that we have that we may not know that we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So anyway, before pre-election, they sent a form out saying, hey, this is what we have. And so Robert Mabrigo was still on it, and Candace's spot was still vacant. So I, last month, updated all that stuff for the county. So at least the county knows between now and May who we actually have in our positions. Anyway.
Okay, any other comments or discussion on the May elections? Okay, annual review of the chief.
That's actually of his term of service.
Term of service, okay?
Yeah, which is together with the chief to discuss his wonderful performance in the past and ask how long of a commitment he anticipates for continuing his training.
Yeah, I'm thinking about retiring with Alan so we can go fishing. No. I'm still committed to
You know you're indispensable, Chief.
Yeah, as long as I'm here in the community, I'm gonna try to keep participating here in some way or another, so. We have some issues on as far as wanting to downsize. It's not gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I'll let you know as soon as I know.
What do you get to a small piece of property?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be here or whatever. I'm here till then, so. If you guys want me to, that's
Yeah. That's a dumb question.
So my recommendation would be that, sometime during, before the end of this fiscal year, we should have some form of a review since it's required by the bylaws.
Okay,
Okay.
so Jerry,
Perhaps you, Mr. President, and the chief could work out some kind of mutually agreeable arrangement on how we can do that.
okay, we can do that. Okay, so Jerry, would you like to refer that to myself and the chief?
You mean as a motion?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, I move that the board president and the chief arrange for a time and procedure for doing the annual review of the chief's term of service.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
Can we do that at a regular board meeting, or should we do that separately?
I guess my thought would be that would be better done separately, thinking, how we do it within school districts. A review like that would be an executive session, not necessarily, a public piece. So, our board meetings need to be open to the public. So Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, personnel issues, we can do an executive session, correct?
I believe so. I
Okay.
don't know if we need to have a formal executive session where all the board members would be present at the same time. In the past, where we've met like with candidates to interview them, we've just met with 2 board members plus the chief and the interviewee. In this case, it could be 2 board members at a time meeting with the chief, and then bring in a different 2 members
Okay,
to
all
meet
right.
with him.
So,
That might be easier than having to schedule an executive session where I believe we would have to have a public notice of
Yeah,
it.
you have to notice
Yeah.
that stuff.
okay, all right, so we will work on that as part of the process. Okay, any other discussion? Seeing none, Candace is absent. Jerry Harris, Bill,
Yes.
Alan,
Yes.
and I vote in the affirmative as well. Motion passes 4 in favor, 1 abstention. Okay, and then last piece on our added agenda is the budget committee process.
All right, since I brought that up, it's just, I want to make sure that we know who the committee members, the community committee members will be, and if there's anybody who needs to be replaced.
I'm gonna have to research that. I do have it all written down this year. I haven't pulled the file yet. I can call them and confirm. I think we do have to replace 1 at least.
Okay, then
And I
that's
was trying
fine.
to set up by
Time to
February.
verify that and
Yeah,
start
by the February meeting.
advertising in the
Okay.
community resources like through Nextdoor and to our website and by word of mouth.
I will tell you that as part of the election deal, they know that those 4 positions are gonna be up for election this year, so they're gonna advertise automatically in the News Review, just saying that the Lookingglass Rural Fire District has 4 openings on their board,
Right.
just to let you know that.
Okay. Okay, so we will go ahead and we'll research and report back at our February meeting on that. Is that acceptable, Jerry?
Sure.
Okay. All right, and then last item of new business is, again, right now, while we're still in the COVID piece, I have a conflict with the school district, and so is there interest in a motion in moving the meeting from the 2nd to the 3rd week for the month of February?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Bill. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Alan. Any discussion? Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and call the roll for vote. Candace is absent. Jerry Harris.
Aye.
Bill Starnes.
Aye.
Alan Smith.
Yes.
And I vote in the affirmative. So the meeting will be moved from the 2nd to the 3rd Wednesday, which, if I am not mistaken, would be February 17th for our next meeting. Motion passes. Okay, any director's reports? Jerry, anything to add?
No.
Alan?
Nothing.
Bill?
Nothing.
Okay. And then finally, any public comments? Trish or Ann? Okay. With that, with our motion, this board meeting will stand adjourned until our February,
No, bye.
we stand adjourned until February 17th, and then Chief Rhodes and I will work out a process, and I'll be in touch with each of you for the term of service review. With that, I declare this meeting adjourned.
Bye, everybody.
Aye.
Bye.
Yeah. Like your mask, bro. That's
Oh.
pretty cool.
Thank
Hey,
you.
while you're still on there, we need a check signer in the next day or 2. Yeah?